Hachette Audio presents Still Distracted After All These Years. Help and Support for Older Adults with ADHD. Written by Kathleen Nadeau, PhD. Read by Susannah Jones. Introduction and Endnote written and read by Kathleen Nadeau.
Introduction. I come to the field of attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD, with excellent real-life credentials, thanks to my family. My older brother was brilliant but had no tolerance for homework or boredom. He dropped out of college, never to return, because he married early and had a family to support. My younger brother struggled even more because he had the double challenge of ADHD and dyslexia. Back then, we didn't know how to help students like him, and he hated school because it made him feel stupid. After graduating from high school, he entered the workforce and eventually owned his own small business. But his undiagnosed ADHD continued to haunt him. He was great at sales, but terrible at managing the details, and finally went out of business. I've often thought that if my brothers had received the help available to students today, both of them might have had much easier, more successful lives. I was one of the lucky ones in my family. I enjoyed school, and academic achievement was central to my identity. Yes, there were signs of ADHD. I sometimes zoned out in class and had trouble starting assignments without the pressure of a perilously close due date. But when I earned my first B in 7th grade and my first C in 8th grade, I buckled down and tried harder. I knew some tests seemed more difficult for me than for my peers, but didn't know enough to recognize symptoms of the disorder until I went to graduate school, where I first learned about ADHD and related disorders. The concept of learning disorders was relatively new during my grad school years, and as for ADHD, we still believed it was a childhood disorder that affected only boys who outgrew it at puberty. Girls and women my age were simply never evaluated. But even though I recognized my brother's struggles in the literature about ADHD, my later career focus on ADHD had nothing to do with my family and everything to do with the passage of Public Law 94-142, the Education for All Handicapped Children Act, in 1975. Parents of hyperactive children who were struggling in school suddenly had a good reason to seek a diagnosis. Before the passage,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?